Hi there, and welcome to the Skylight Books Author Reading Series. You can find out about this and all of our author events at www.skylightbooks.com. At our website, you can also browse our inventory as well as order books online. And don't be afraid to follow us on Twitter or even be our friend at facebook.com. If you'd like to talk to a real person, we can be reached at 323-660-1175. Thanks for listening and enjoy.
Right now, we are so happy to have these guys here because they're just, they're real terrific, just like these terrific guys. Eli Horowitz and Mac Barnett. So please welcome them.
All right, good evening, everybody. How's it going? My name is Mac Barnett.
Eli. I'm Eli Horowitz.
There we go. And we are here from the Roy Dodge Junior Deducers, which I'm sure, as everyone here knows, is the nation's foremost recruitment organization for amateur sleuths. Now, we assume... Oh, Eli, yes?
Well, I just had a question.
Sure. All right, come on. Questions are welcome at any time.
Amateur sleuths.
Yes.
Isn't that kind of lame? I came here to make some money.
Okay, see, now, just because you're an amateur doesn't mean that you don't make money.
I think it technically means that.
Technically, that is exactly what that means. However, tonight, throwing it out the window because we are here to make you rich. Thank you.
If I can just freeze it for a second. There's going to be several times in this occasion tonight when you're not required to applaud.
No.
At all. You're not even encouraged to applaud.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
All we're encouraging is if you want to applaud, feel free.
Absolutely. So if somebody said something like, tonight we are here to make you rich.
And I'm glad that not all of you applauded.
Not all of them felt like it because some people are like, and that they're grounded and not also, money is not always everything. Some people, it is.
Literature.
Now.
Continue.
We want to talk to you, and I'll tell you that tonight we are going to tell you a lot of unbelievable things. However, there is one thing you must believe is true, and it is this. Even now,
yes. Can I just interject again?
Questions at any time.
At other times tonight, you may hear something that's surprising, unexpected. Again, react any way you want. A common human way to respond to that is a sudden intake of breath, a sort of a, one of those things, or however you do it.
Yeah, a girly gasp. I think that's what that's called.
Or,
Yeah,
again,
absolutely.
Girly's a loaded term.
Well, absolutely, yeah, that's good.
Feminine.
Anywho,
continue.
Even now, as we speak, there are real emeralds buried in the ground across the United States of America, and they belong to whoever gets there first. Whoa, somebody became a man tonight. That was really...
I'm glad to share it with all of you.
Nobody else.
If we could just back up for a second.
Yes, absolutely, Eli, yes.
Are you saying you imagined some emeralds?
No.
And then you pretended...
Wrong.
To bury them
No.
in some make-believe dirt?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then let me back up.
Okay.
You had a fantasy.
No.
In which you rode on a unicorn.
Incorrect.
And then made some emeralds out of maybe a marker and
False.
some tinfoil.
No.
And then, as a kind of a summer camp activity,
Nope.
pretended to not bury them, not underground.
Wrong.
Are you telling me?
Yes.
Real emeralds.
Yes.
Really buried.
Yes.
In real dirt.
Yes, that is what I'm telling you. Okay. Oh, wow. I feel like it. This is going to be good on the podcast, that noise. Absolutely. All right. So, I want to tell you guys about a legendary clock. I'm sure everybody here has actually heard of it. It's very famous. It's called the Emerald Chronicle. Probably the most famous cursed clock that's available for stealing or cursing. And as you can see it behind me, it is very lovely. Now, I'm sure everybody's eyes immediately just went to that 12 because that is, in fact, it's a gorgeous number. Just look at that. Eli?
Yes, Mac.
Just wondering what's going on with this slide.
The Emerald Chronicle.
Right, I said. So give me a slide with the Emerald Chronicle.
The Emerald Chronicle.
Right, I see the words, the Emerald Chronicle. I meant like give me a slide with a picture.
Photo not available.
Right, photo not available. So what happened with that?
The photograph was not available.
So did you just like Google image search?
Yes.
Yeah.
Several pages.
And maybe go a little deeper and LexisNexis or, it's just embarrassing because I had this line where I was going to say, look at this beautiful object and point behind me. Like I wrote this ahead of time.
And you just need, that's all you want. Just to
it's embarrassing. So I look at this beautiful object.
That
works. That works. Okay, so if everybody would just pretend that this is the Emerald Chronicle, a priceless cursed clock. The 12 would be right here. Kind of Richard Gere would be wearing it as a tiara or maybe even a Rambo bandana. The 7, actually, also very lovely, over here by his right dimple. If you thought, I know a lot of people say there's nothing. If I saw Richard Gere, my eye would go right to that right dimple because it's lovely.
It's spellbinding.
But, however, if he had a number 7 be encrusted with emeralds, you'd be looking at that, absolutely. You know what, maybe we should just show them the video.
That might help.
Does anybody here have Discovery 6? It's available with some extended cable packages. And anybody seen the show Mystery History? Any Mystery History fans?
Are there any Ken Burns fans?
Anybody? Woo! National Parks!
Ken Burns was a special panning consultant
They just brought him in to pan and scan on this. It was a great show. It went off the air. The letter writing campaign did not work. But we found, probably what is the best and most famous episode of Mystery History, which is actually about this clock.
So this might help illuminate the legend of the Emerald Chronicle.
The Emerald Chronicle, legendary clock and priceless treasure. But do those ancient gears carry a timeless curse? The history of the Chronicle is shrouded in mystery, cloaked in shadows and wrapped in centuries of thievery and deceit. The clock itself has never been photographed and rarely even seen. The little information that does exist has been pieced together from unreliable underworld sources. The clock is believed to have been constructed by the pirate Friendly Jerome, the scourge of the ancient seas. Legend has it that each time Jerome pillaged a city, he would take a single number from the city's grandest clock. Friendly Jerome looted 12 cities in 12 foreign lands until he had 12 numbers. Each number was jewel-studded, each was unique, and each was a masterpiece. The 11, plucked from a kingdom of tree dwellers. The 5, a sliver of unstained glass. The 6, stripped from the 6 sheiks' 6 sons' shoe. The 12 was the finest of them all, encrusted with emeralds and precious metals, stolen from the bowels of a pharaoh's tomb. And then, the curse.
Basically, nobody can hold on to this clock. Okay? Nobody can hold on to the clock. The very night that Jerome installed it in the cabin, it was stolen by a group of assassins. Okay? Assassins. A week later, from the assassins, it was stolen. This happens again and again, repeatedly. The cycle continues. Stolen, 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 stolen. It's a curse. It's cursed. It's a damn curse.
The Chronicle briefly resurfaced in 1937 when it fell out of a handbag on the deck of this boat bound for New York City. The list of rumored owners reads like a who's who of American power. However many hands the clock slipped through, it is now believed to be in the possession of Bevel Turnkey, owner and penthouse resident of the Turnkey Tower. Will Turnkey fall prey to the curse? Or is there not even a curse at all, just bad luck and sloppy security?
He mere idea of a cursed clock is preposterous. I think the main problem here is that people tend to confuse correlation with causality. These people are highly naive.
But others disagree.
No, the clock is definitely cursed. It is totally cursed. Definitely.
The controversy rages on. One thing is for certain, cursed or not, no treasure hunter has been able to resist the call of the Emerald Chronicle. Even a single digit from its face could set off a chase not seen since the days of Cannonball Run 2. Only time can tell, and only a clock can tell the time.
History. What a show. Mystery history that is gonna look great on the podcast.
That will be there. Yeah.
So that was Mystery History. Now that was an old program. That was back in 2007. That was aired. That time in the hands of Bevel Turnkey. However, I have some surprising news for everybody. It may even shock you. It may.
Or not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
The Emerald Chronicle has been stolen. Yeah, there were people very. I know, right?
I had heard this about 20 or 30. I didn't think I'd
and
be
it's
shocked.
still,
But
I know.
A little.
So let's talk a little bit, walk you through this crime, because it is as yet unsolved. The first question, of course, is where? Where did this happen? Here we have a view of the city. Yeah, could you zoom in on this clock tower right here? Yeah, just right here, if you could.
Yeah, let me just see plus this.
Yep. Oh.
All right.
All right. There we go. Yeah, that was good. Okay. So there it is, the Turnkey Towers. Also the cover of our book, Clock Without a Face, available here tonight, 1995. However, let's go inside. Let's go. Yes. All right. The penthouse. The scene of the crime. Eli, can you walk us through this? I know you studied.
I can do this. I've spent
absolutely.
hours.
Yes.
Literally hours.
I know.
At this single image. We believe the thief, you may notice here, I wish I had a laser pointer, but I'll just use a physical pointer finger. And we believe the thief came in through this rope, through the bathroom window, entered the shower, washed, rinsed.
Did not repeat.
No time, folks.
Yeah.
This thief was on a mission. Exited the bathroom, circled around this obelisk, went into this zone over.
Okay, let's zoom in. That's okay. Oh.
Walked past that four-headed Naga, past the Jade Warrior, past that little pink painting that's probably
priceless because it's alliterative.
Kept going past these blue things
that aren't as shiny. I don't know why we closed up on these because it's not the best. Right.
That's where he went.
Okay.
Single-minded thief or thieves, he, she, it, they. We don't know. Point is, thieves had one thing on their mind. This safe. Matt, can we get in a little closer?
Closer on this safe? Just zoom in? Yeah.
Can you get me in a little
closer than this? Okay, hold on. Let me just type this in. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, Matt, I'm trying to really make a point to these people. I'm a detective. Can you get in closer?
Just closer than this?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just hold on.
Actually, can you pull back a little bit more?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted all along.
Yes. Okay.
That's what I asked for.
Sorry. Well, we had that earlier.
So this we see scene of the crime, the safe.
Now, hold on. I have two questions.
Yes.
First of all, I noticed just earlier in the video that it fell out of a woman's handbag. That clock looks really big. How did that fit in a woman's handbag?
Well,
in the video?
Apparently you don't know, but most of this audience, I'm sure, does. That was in the 30s.
Right.
In the 30s, as most of you know, women were much larger.
Okay.
They were 13 or 14 feet tall on average.
Okay, yes.
And as such, their handbags proportionally larger.
Oh, well, now the drawing and the
they
video
could-
makes sense
it
together.
all
Thank you
makes
for, okay.
sense.
I have a second question. Earlier, the other one, the funny guy over there.
The kind of foppish.
Why? Because he was wearing a hat? It's a driving hat. Well, at least he dressed up for the
just trying to
occasion.
identify the
or
person.
his T-shirt doesn't really seem like you're respecting the crowd. So
Anywho,
he said
Yes.
the clock had been stolen.
Yes.
I see it there.
great question.
Okay, thank you.
If this clock had actually been stolen, this is a priceless, legendary, cursed clock. Bevel Turnkey wasn't stupid. A cage would have fallen. Lasers would have fired. Piranhas would have come out.
There's not even water.
No water, just piranhas flopping.
Just flopping. It's distracting.
It's distressing.
Yeah.
No one wants to see that, even a thief. No, what this diabolical thief or thieves or it or whatever.
It could have been a monkey, is what we're
Could
saying.
have probably been a monkey or
a vampire, angels, whatever kind of books you like reading, race cars. Could have been.
They probably are guilty.
Absolutely.
The vampire race car scraped the numbers off one by one, leaving us with a clock.
Now, I love that, by the way. If we could
That's it.
actually all do that, because that was great. If we could all just kind of like disinterestedly murmur the
Not like
title
you
of this
are
book.
really
Not
into
even
it.
like you're into it or excited. Just we are going to climb.
Like it's a student, it's kind of like April of your senior year. On 3.
1, 2, 3. I'm glad we did that.
In bookstores now.
Yeah.
All right. Point is, numbers gone, scraped off. Let's keep on.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Here we go.
figure
Let's
out where
move.
we-
Okay, so who did it?
Who did it? Race
Wow,
car,
look
maybe
at this criminal lineup.
What we see here are the tenants of Turnkey Towers.
Possible victims,
Possible witnesses.
possible suspects.
Let's. Can we take me? Let's put me on this guy.
All right, let me just zoom.
Oh, there's not actually a guy at all. Is it Mac?
It's a woman.
It's
It's
a woman.
actually a female clown.
Women can be clowns too.
That's just a good message.
Let's go
So
inside.
there she is. Here. Let's take a look at her. You see, everything's all fun and games in here. It's like it's a regular carnival midway until you see her crippling addiction to sugary foods, cotton candy, gumballs, everything. Just jonesing for the next fix. He'll do anything to pay for that candy.
That's a motive.
Oh, thank you very much.
Keep on. Ida Mayfield, a pack rat,
Yeah,
a hoarder.
right,
You
yeah.
may have seen cable television. Let's go
Absolutely.
in.
I've seen those commercials. It looks crazy.
So we see that she's got a hamper full of snakes, a drawer full of snakes, a hamper full of fruit. She's got a breakfast nook full of donuts, a closet full of missiles, and perhaps a spice rack full of emeralds.
That's a place to put the emeralds.
Which
That's
is
another. A lot of people don't know. Motive, opportunity. Third one, place to put the stuff is one of the classic things when you're being a
And this-
detective.
and she's on. Let's
Yep.
do just one.
Okay, here we go. Oh, Amber and Jamie Calkin, kids.
Professionally.
Ugh.
It's a
Oh.
full-time job, am I right?
Hey, thank you. Hey. They're just living by themselves. It's just a dreamland of childhood. But how quickly that dream turns into a nightmare of squalor. Because there's nobody's taking out the garbage,
Just take it out.
Yeah, there's not like anything to do with the emeralds or anything. Just
a message.
Just take out the garbage.
Wednesdays. Or
Yeah, let's do it. Just put it on the curb. All right.
Not that hard.
Where are the emerald numbers?
I was just wondering.
That's a great question.
Terrific question.
And the truth is we don't know. We know they're in the ground somewhere. We don't know where. We do know that the numbers, however, are somewhere in the United States of America. So let's take a look. This is the United States of America, okay? And I just want to make clear these question marks don't correspond to the locations of any actual numbers. We just put them on there because we thought it looked cool. Also, the numbers aren't that big. I mean, it's not like a number would just like straddle the border of states, It's really, we didn't have that much money. But they could be near numbers. I don't know, Eli. Maybe we should tell people how to find them. The only way to find these, and we practice this,
Okay.
numbers
Is
to
really
solve
the
puzzles
very
well,
and
rush
fast
to
where
they
are
located,
and also
then
dig probably.
with the shovel, and then you get super rich.
Emerald.
So, woo. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I am glad that there. Well, only if you feel like it.
Again.
I'm glad we practiced that because that could have been weird and
Otherwise
like
we wouldn't have
embarrassing.
gotten that applause.
I know, absolutely. So let's let's take a look. Let's just go in on a couple of these floors and really get in there. Here's General Clobberduck. He's a hunter. Now, what he's done is he stocked his own apartment with live games, so he can just kind of go hunt in his living room or bathroom, and he just does that every day. Now, Eli, could you
Sure.
could you zoom in on this
Right on
area
that. Okay,
right here?
I just got JavaScript this.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
All right, now what do you see there, Eli? What's going on?
Well, I see I'm just going to be like I'm a human like the rest of you guys, just in the crowd.
Yeah.
Just a normal.
Absolutely. Just that you look like it because you just wearing that orange shirt.
like
just
a
you
human
just
being.
Walked in off the
Just
street.
like a regular, relatable person.
Right.
Kind of like a fopper student.
Not
thinks
trying
he's
too
better than
hard.
everyone
Absolutely,
else.
yeah.
Could you go up and point for me, though?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just do that for you.
I'm looking at that hammock.
Right here, this
That
hammock.
seems particularly interesting, and I'm looking at the curvaceousness, the
Yeah,
curvature.
I see that. Absolutely.
And I'm thinking that was a large man who slept in that
Okay.
hammock. Probably about 450 pounds.
Yep.
Especially pronounced buttocks.
Okay.
I'm going to find that man.
Right.
I'm going to get to know him.
Yeah.
Not just as a 450-pound man with pronounced buttocks, but as a person.
Like that movie Shallow Hal.
Much like that movie Shallow Hal.
Put that in the Netflix queue, by the way, guys.
That's a
That is a
key
good.
to these
Oh man,
mysteries.
absolutely.
Get to know him.
Yeah, yeah.
Learn about him.
Okay.
Maybe love him a little.
Right. Yeah.
Wait for him to fall asleep.
Okay.
Steal the emeralds.
All right, I like that. That is, everybody, that is a great example of a terrible puzzle-solving strategy. It's too complicated. It's just weird. You don't have to do that. You're like working on solving puzzles. You went too far. You made it
Too
more
far, too
complicated
complicated.
than it is. So
All right, let's try
Then maybe zoom in on a different area.
simpler.
Oh, okay. This is good. All right, simple. What do you think? Go for it.
Okay, my theory,
Yeah.
just looking at that
Sure.
whole thing,
Yes.
my theory is snake. Snake.
So is it just like you think it's like under the snake?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So that's also this is good. I'm glad this is, a lot of people think like this is like Where's Waldo of emeralds, and you're looking in the pictures for like green things. You're not looking in the pictures, you're trying to solve a puzzle. So the emeralds aren't hidden in the picture, and then nothing's under that snake.
Under a snake.
So just like you would go lift up a snake because you see a picture of a snake and you look under a snake. So that's too easy. That's too simple.
easy.
Yes.
Have you ever looked for an emerald under a snake?
No, I've never done that.
It's quite difficult.
Okay, well maybe you and I
You'll
just need
find.
to agree to disagree.
To agree.
Okay.
To disagree.
Let's take a look at this.
One more.
All right. Anybody in the audience have any theories about this area? Let's just open this up to you guys, because I'm sure somebody here is just bursting
It
with
feels like a relatively
theories.
bursty crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pus-filled audience just waiting to go. Well,
All right. Well,
whatever.
yeah. You know what? It's already been solved. This
Yeah.
emerald's
All right.
out of the ground.
guess what? Some doofuses in Florida have an emerald now, and
Yeah.
you don't, because they cared enough to solve it.
Yeah. However, this area was not important to the
No,
actual
this one
solution.
helped.
So,
But it was nearby.
yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to some key strategies.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a. Well, first, I think maybe we're going to see some pictures, aren't we? Click the next slide.
Oh, those
Yeah.
pictures.
Ooh. So that's the 3
Yeah.
right there. It's very lovely. Those are emeralds, real emeralds on there.
This was found in Washington State by a computer programmer.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Oh, there's a 4 right
Yeah.
there with a lovely compass.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
Where
So
was that found?
That was
Eli?
found in rural Virginia.
Really?
By medical students.
Oh my goodness! I hope she didn't take any time away from studying to take that emerald. She did. Okay,
Yeah.
so don't. If you
Those
see
were-
a doctor with a 4, do not let her operate on you.
And
Oh, the 11. This is the first one that was found. This was actually found in California, on the Interstate 5.
yes,
Yeah.
could have been you guys.
Yeah.
Which is not to say
That you can't, because there are 3 numbers still out there in the ground, and we want to tell you what you need to go dig this up. So here's some treasure hunting supplies that you should definitely,
Blow.
first of all, invest in that. The Clock Without a Face. Just a great read, a great coffee table book, and also the key to solving this. So you're going to need that. You also, yeah.
No, I mean, you can't tell the players by the scorecard. This book is essentially the case files of a case.
Can't tell the players without a
It's a
scorecard.
sports
I didn't
analogy.
get that one.
Any sports fans here?
You're also going to need a pen or pencil
There's a-
and a piece of paper so you can write down your theories, just various thoughts. Also a magnifying glass, because some of the pictures are quite small. Also, it just looks cool. He's like, who's that detective with that magnifying glass? He's looking all right. A nice, cool driving cap. Ooh, a shovel.
A shovel.
Yeah,
This is
this
a
is a-
particularly nice
yeah.
one. This one's good for your kind of your scooping and your looser soils.
Right, absolutely.
Reinforced handle, oak stock, steel joinery.
Now, this next one is a shovel that I like. This is a good one because I drive a red Vespa everywhere I go, and so I like to just put that shovel and it matches my Vespa, and I just kind of magnifying glass kind of in my eye like a monocle, and everybody's like, look at that guy.
He's basically the coolest dude in the Bay Area.
Absolutely. But you know what? Just because a shovel is red doesn't mean it's good.
Just an example.
That man or woman won't be finding treasure anytime soon. And also, I don't know if anyone wants to, I would just like to bet anybody just $5 that this picture was taken in England. As you know it was. Next up, what is that? Yep.
Anti-venom.
Why?
The snake.
Okay. Call back. So let's talk right now with this picture of a snake being milked, because that is the sign that we've reached the end of our slides. Just want to tell you, first of all, there are numbers in the ground right now just waiting for you, and we think everybody here has a good shot of getting them. Not everybody, that's mathematically impossible, but we want to give you a special clue. We've been conducting interrogations.
Right, interrogation constantly. This one didn't go too great.
No, this was actually maybe not a great clue.
And we were talking to him, and he just said, I believe, there was some. Well, this wasn't.
It was getting a little rough. He said.
It was, there's been a lot of talk about enhanced interrogation techniques and things like that. So we were trying.
I don't know. Anybody heard of waterboarding?
A lot of people.
So you guys, a lot of people reading the news. Good, that's good. Anybody heard of pudding boarding? Well, it's a little bit. Anyway, this is what this guy said to us. The answers turn out.
And then a flood of pudding.
And
that's
difficult to talk with, but delicious.
That was Dr.
That interrogation reached a delicious conclusion.
The point is,
yes,
all the evidence you need is in this book. There's more information coming out all the time. Not very useful.
We have a website. If you just Google the title of this book, The Clock Without a Face, you'll come to our website. We post as numbers are found. Those are on there. Which floors have been solved. Please send us stories of your successful or unsuccessful treasure hunts. We like posting both of them. And we put clues as they become available, usually on Tuesdays. Don't do it, Eli. And so again, just I wish you good luck. Get your shovel oiled. I don't know if you need to oil the shovel.
Oh, it's good to have a
okay. So oil that
shovel.
thing up and get out there.
Slide right in.
And we'll be here to sign books.
Or to chat.
If anybody has any questions for us right now,
don't force
we'll be happy to take it.
Don't make a big deal about it.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions? Okay, right here. Okay, yes.
Wait, get this on the podcast.
I'm going to get this. Let's get you on the podcast.
I believe unless it's on a podcast, it didn't even happen.
What's your name?
My name's Rishi.
And have you ever been on a podcast before?
Maybe.
Well, let's make this a little faster because this is for the podcast.
So my question is there any chance that things have changed since when whoever buried the numbers...
The criminals in the story.
Right. And now us trying to find them. Like, for example, is it possible that a rest area in Delaware, which was not under construction, is now under construction?
That's a great question. I don't know. I've never been to Delaware. I don't know anything about it.
Here's an entirely, definitely true thing. The emeralds are in the world. Things in the world are constantly happening. There could be a large Olympic complex built on top of one of these emeralds, and neither these criminals nor our boss Gus Twintig nor us ourselves would have anything we could do about it.
Yeah, if something were under construction or something were going wrong, that's certainly a place we wouldn't recommend going. We don't want anybody to get arrested while they're looking for these things. Some bad places to try to dig up emeralds. I would say NASA headquarters.
Cemeteries,
which a lot of people actually wanted to do.
Which is not to say there's not a lot of emeralds.
Disney
there.
Resorts, also they're very strict. Your angry neighbor's yard. Some good places, your own yard, especially if you've seen like guys who look like us in there with well-oiled shovels.
Or you see some marks where it looked like there's some drippings from an oiled shovel.
Yeah.
Leave a distinctive stain.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, those would be.
Whatever you find when you dig is yours.
And this is why this is true too. Like I think it's always a good idea to dig a hole. When in doubt, dig a hole. That's what I always say.
Might be an emerald.
And because a lot of people do come up to me and they're like, "Hey, great presentation, by the way. Loved the jokes."
Hat looked cool.
Yeah, and but you know what? I run a successful pizzeria. It's very busy. We seat over 450 people. Just dinner time. That's a weeknight.
Got a new white chicken pizza.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a white pizza, pizza Bianca. No sauce is what that means.
Time-intensive.
With barbecue chicken, which is kind of a sauce, but it's technically.
No, it's a dry rub.
Anyway, I'm sure a lot of you
Dry
can
rub.
relate to this guy who owns this pizza store. He's like, I'm busy. I like the book. I don't want to solve these clues. What should I do? I would just dig a hole. We got a lot of people here tonight. I think if we just divided up the country, there are 3 of them out there. That's a lot. I mean, just by probability. If you guys kind of took California, here's the South over here. You there in the white shirt with the hair just going out gloriously. If you raise your hand, so you would be Maine, sir. Okay, and you just get up there and you dig holes. I figure 45 minutes. Somebody gets an emerald.
I mean, with traffic,
yeah, absolutely,
hour and a half.
Yeah, totally. Any other questions?
Did we answer the question? So the point is,
Yeah.
these are, if we weren't clear, real emeralds, really buried. There's
In the
no-
Rio Grande. And I would say this too. We are confident that the 3 emeralds that remain are findable.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, you gotta
Absolutely.
believe that, or else why live?
Yeah, I mean,
Point
well,
is, though,
technically all 12 are still findable. One is in an 18-year-old girl's handbag. We know she carries it with her at all times. She's in the Midwest.
So you could just go there and get
That's
that
probably
one.
the easiest place to get an emerald
Right.
because
That's digging or shoveling.
yeah,
required.
go see Predators vs. Aliens this weekend. Gonna reach under there.
Point is, no fine print. There's no rules. There's no tricks. I hope they're where
Here's the
you
thing too.
dig.
This book. A lot of kids are working on this book, and we have a kid right here tonight. Thank you very much. This is our target audience, our favorite people. You guys are all adults. You probably can run faster than a lot of kids. We're just saying too. So that's the competition.
I'm not looking at this crowd. This is
no,
more
I
of
think this crowd,
this is
this
more of
kid
like
is.
a segue group. I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Are there any other questions, or should we just nip it in the old bud? The bud it is.
All right.
We'll be around. Thanks to Skylight
Absolutely.
for having us.
And
It's a
thank
wonderful
you all
store.
for coming. Now, can I just one more thing? And this isn't for the podcast, but just down here, there's a great organization called 826LA, and they're fantastic. They do free writing instruction for kids. There's a location in Venice, and there's a location in Echo Park. And every day after school, kids come and get tutoring, help with writing, workshops. We send volunteers into schools. We're having a fundraiser that's coming up. And it's actually a spelling bee for cheaters, where teams are going to spell, but they also, if they raise money, they're able to pay for the ability to look in the dictionary or to just make up a word. And we actually have 2 team members here tonight. This is Julius. And this is Bonnie, and then we have another team member here. They're wearing, well, most of them are wearing 826LA t-shirts, except Bonnie is not. And then, by the way, this isn't Bonnie right here. But if you would like to make a donation and just hand them $5, which they will put in their pocket, or you put in that bucket. There we go. He brought a bucket. I told him to bring a bucket, and he bought a trash can. Yes.
If you'd like to support the cause and you don't have money right now, we have this handy-dandy sign-up pledge form.
There you go. And you just sign up to pledge, and then 826LA will email you 3 times a week for the rest of your life. So why not do that is my question. Who wouldn't want to do that? All right. So there it is. Thank you very much. Please give generously, but also buy our books too. Try to do both. All right. Thank you.
You've been listening to the Skylight Books Author Reading Series. Don't forget that you can check out this and all of our great podcasts at skylightbooks.com. Today's music was provided by Ashling and Arlo. You can check them out at MySpace or Facebook or at the iTunes Music Store. Thank you for stopping by, and we hope to see you soon.